And today we're going to talk about Stellar. Stellar's been a touchy subject, so decided to go ahead and cover it. I've seen a couple people cover certain aspects of it, like Digital Assets Daily and CKJ and a couple other guys. Shout out to all of them. They always support my channel. I support them 100%. And regardless of all that, let's go ahead and start with the page. The actual website. So this is what it looks like. Got a little ball going in circles and it looks pretty cool. Borderless, limitless, powerful. And here it starts with with Stellar as your payment rail. You can use real currencies. There are dozens of currency-backed tokens already on the network. If you're a financial institution, issuing your own is simple and safe. That's why IBM's WorldWire, which supports 47 currencies in 72 countries, is powered by Stellar. So, use case. That's pretty good. But you can exchange actual currency like the dollar, the yen, the euro, and you can transfer them within. That means, I mean, it's pretty cool. They got that flexibility for people. Because the one thing about Stellar is that they not only work for institutions, they also work for the people, which I found to be pretty interesting because XRP is more of a financial institution only. Yeah, obviously we're investing in it, but that's not their end goal. They don't want us to have those coins because that's for cross-border payments. This is identical. But I didn't want to read this, which is the Stellar Consensus Protocol. Reason for it is it would be boring and nobody would watch the channel. So I set this aside. A lot of interesting stuff if you're trying to be a scientist or trying to do physics or computing. But we're just investing. We just want knowledge on the company. So I'm just going to give you guys an overview. I tried to find the actual white paper and I couldn't. So I wrote down as much notes as I could as I went through it. And let's continue with the website. So, sending money globally. Stellar users can send money across borders faster for lower cost. Transactions take about 5 seconds and cost only a fraction of a penny. Sounds efficient. All right. Convert any asset. Stellar makes asset liquid and flexible. You can swap between any pair of tokens issuing on the network using simple functions built in the protocol. So as I was saying before, you can go ahead and switch into different currencies without a problem. So they make that easy for you. Pretty cool. Economic stability for everyone. Stellar and the Stellar Development Foundation seek to unlock the world's economic potential by making money more fluid, markets more open, and people more empowered. Our mission. So, little picture of the globe. Global, Stellar provides access to reliable money, particularly in places where the local currency is uncertain. Where are they active? So it says active. Dozens of financial institutions and tens of thousands of individuals issue assets and settlement payments on Stellar, so they're currently in use. Open. The Stellar Public Network and open source code have been live and in use for over 3 years. So they've been working. They've been putting in their work. It's always a good thing. And now we got a little more into it. Let's talk about where it came from and how it started. XRP fanatics know that the actual CEO, Jed McCaleb, he was a co-founder of Ripple and its idea and its project, one of the originals. So after a year into this project to build the XRP and move forward with the project, team bumped heads. They didn't see eye to eye. I'm not going to really go too much into detail with that because it's not important. Just know that they had different views as towards what they wanted to use their coin for. And so they split. And when they split, like I said, XRP was strictly banking, and then Jeb McCaleb's idea of what they had created was for the people as well, bigger market, and to help poverty. So, what is Stellar? XLM is a financial platform to secure and facilitate cross-border payments. Stellar is a fork from the Ripple protocol because of the co-founder, Jeb McCaleb. Had a different idea about it. And if you don't know, Jeb McCaleb actually was a co-founder of Mt. Gox as well. If you're not familiar with it, that was the exchange that got hacked and they stole millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. But it wasn't his fault. He had already sold the company, the exchange by then. And like I said, he was a co-founder of XRP as well. He also had 9 billion XRP that they gave him, and they got scared because it was 9 billion. He could have dumped it and totally ruined the entire project, so they decided to sue him. And here we are. So like I said, Ripple's for banking institutions. Stellar is also for the people. Stellar also does micropayments. They are working to have regulatory compliance, just like XRP. So same deal. They want to work with governments, but also with the people. So only the governments that work with the people as well, and not under strict secrecy or laws or things like that they actually want to push for people to be able to sustain themselves, not just rely on the government. That's my opinion from what I see, and then you'll see why as soon as I keep on going with this. I found some news there that it's pretty cool. So, develop consensus protocol. That's what I was talking about earlier. That's their stuff. And then this is what I wrote down for notes here. And network collects a base fee for each operation, and the transactions and the funds from the base fees are added to the inflationary pool. As a balancing measure for this ecosystem, anyone who holds lumens can vote where the funds go, where the funds and the pool go. So the people have power to decide with votes where their pool of lumens is going to go. Each week, the protocol distributes those lumens to any account that gets over 0.05% of votes from other accounts onto the network. The votes are calculated on total amounts of XLM. So that's a little bit on how they give the people back. They really want to work on poverty. They want to be able to reduce poverty by making it easy. It's a decentralized exchange, so people are really in control of how it's going to push forward. So technicals: transaction speed 2 to 5 seconds, transaction fees 0.00001. Stellar consensus protocol can currently process 1,000 transactions per second. Ledger stores balance have a user's account. Okay, so added by the people using it, and the ledger stores balance held by users' accounts and offers to the users to buy and sell assets. The remaining additional features of the Stellar Dex offers. So they also offer like the Stellar Dex. So you're able to. It's kind of like an exchange that is, there's not a specific person in control. So like Binance, it's centralized in the sense that someone's in control of the exchange. The Stellar Dex, no one's really in control of it. It's an open exchange for Stellar. And they also offer order books, passive offers, cross-asset payments, and preferred currencies. Let's see what else I got here. So the vision for Stellar is to expand financial access and payments transactions worldwide. It is a platform that connects banks, payment systems, and most importantly, people. Low-cost financial service to fight poverty and develop individual potential by moving money quickly, reliably, and almost at no cost. So if you guys didn't know, prior to it being XLM, it was STR. That's the name of the native coin that it started as. Once it got its upgrade and it was boosted, that's when it became XLM. They originally made 100 billion of them, and as you know, not too long ago they burnt 50 billion of 50 billion of them, so half. I'm sure there was a reason behind it, and I won't get into that. But let's continue with a couple of other discoveries that I made that are interesting. So if you guys didn't know, XLM is an inflationary coin. Prevents coin death. So what that means is that the coin will never die. It will never get to a point mathematically where they just run out of coin to fulfill the use case, which is it's mathematically possible, according to what their studies gave them. So they made it in a way where it continues to produce 1% each year. So you never have like a finalized cap for it, and it continues to grow. And based off of that, let's move on and take a look at the CEO, the new CEO that they have and what they did with Makhaleb. So Moxilla's COO, Danelle Dixon, is now the CEO of Stellar, and Chad Makhaleb became the chief architect. So they want him to focus on the coin and keep on making it better, while another person comes in and takes up his position to put everything in order. And who better than her? I know what they're doing. And just pick up a CEO from the street. They have to have specific experience, and she looks like she has plenty. So let's go from there. I'm going to share the partnerships. And they are working with IBM, Shift Markets, and Lightyear, Deloitte. And Deloitte was actually one of the first companies to work with blockchain. They wanted to fund blockchain. They believed in it. That's pretty cool. Stripe and One Group. So the use case is there. They are using it. They've been using it. People like it, and I think anything that's working to this level of use case is not going anywhere. On top of the fact that coin will never die, it will just keep multiplying at a 1% yearly. That's pretty amazing. I think I covered. Also the most recent news, which is pretty funny. Because remember how XRP got delisted? Check this out. So, 31.2 million to boost cross-border payments in Southeast Asia. Lightnet has a brave plan to replace established payment system SWIFT in Southeast Asia. Where did they delist XRP? Southeast Asia, right? Pretty fishy. So, another thing that I saw and found for news was that they are installing, Stellar's installing ATMs all over the world to bring awareness to us or in the world about crypto, as well as make money. They're not going anywhere, and they did everything they did for a reason. They've stuck around. They were number 8 after the burning. They dropped to 13. Not a big deal. They've been fighting. They've been fighting to hold their position. And I think that's about it. That's about all I got. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the description. I hope you liked the video, and I hope everybody has a good day and a good night. Hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. Thank you.